This may be the surprise hit of the Apple keynote, is the AirPods Pro 3s. I mean, the improvements on these are massive and arguably the best in-ear buds in the market for all the features: performance, sound quality, active noise cancellation, live translation, heart rate sensor, better battery life. I mean, Apple has really brought so much to the table, and they look similar to the AirPods Pro 2s at first glance, until you get up close and you realize Apple's done some tweaking in some very good ways. Let's talk about this. You know, I had my first experience with them after the keynote. We went to this foyer area where they had all the phones and everybody was rushing to try out the devices, right? And so these group of people came out with a tray of AirPods Pro 3s, and they said, "You want to try them?" And I said, "Sure." Put them in my ear. Then this guy said, "Are you ready for active noise cancellation?" And I said, "Sure, turn it on." I kid you not. I was blown away. My face expressions were a bit over the top because I've never heard noise cancellation like this. You know, this room is filled with hundreds, if not thousands of people, right? Employees plus all the media influencers, everybody there. Everybody's talking, everybody's recording video. I could barely hear anything. It was that good. Because one of you guys asked me to do this test on YouTube, I want to try active noise cancellation between the AirPods Pro Max and the AirPods Pro 3 to see which one sounds better. I think the AirPods Pro 3s do, but let's find out right now. So I'm going to put these on here. Noise cancellation is on. Now the speakers at my desk are right here. So, you know, this is full volume. You guys can hear it. So I can hear the audio, right? It's not that I can't, but I can hear it. I mean, I can hear it pretty okay, but it is definitely suppressed. Now I'm going to try the AirPods Pro 3s. These are better. Yeah, I would say they're about 20 to 30% better. You can definitely hear it. Yeah. About 20 to 30% better for sure. So yes, active noise cancellation, I will give it to the AirPods Pro 3s over the AirPods Pro Maxes. These are still very, very good, but because you get the tighter seal in your canal, I'm going to guess that's probably the reason why, and probably the new algorithm, whatever they've done to these are that good. Let's talk about the mics on these. Did a quick mic test. I'll play that for you right now between what it's like talking to the phone directly and using the AirPods Pro 3s. And you're going to say, hey, the mics out of these aren't that bad. Check this out. Just doing a quick microphone test with the AirPods Pro 3s to see how this sounds. And then I'll do a direct-to-phone without the AirPods Pro 3s to get an idea of the difference in the mic quality from the earbuds to the phone. There you go. All right, guys, so here is a direct-to-phone microphone test here with the front-facing camera. Get an idea how this sounds and let me know what you think. AirPods Pro 3 mic or the mic on the phone. Now back to the review. All right, next let's talk about audio quality, because earbuds, how is the audio quality? Because you have better fit now, which we're going to talk about that in a second, the audio quality is fantastic. You got a nice punch to the bass, great mids, the treble is not too harsh, it's not too high, it's very good. There's a really nice dynamic soundstage to these. And obviously you have spatial audio and all that comes into play, but it sounds really, really good. Very nice volume. Some earbuds out there don't get that loud. And obviously, if you want to turn it up a little bit more, you can. Apple's got all the detection for, if it's going to damage your hearing or not, or let you know to please drop it down. But you can pump these up and they do get quite loud. But the audio quality is awesome. Really, really good. And that leads us into Fitment. One of the biggest upgrades for the AirPods Pro 3s, in my opinion, because if you're like me with the AirPods Pro 2s, when I first got them, they were fine. After a couple weeks, about a month or two, I noticed they weren't staying in my ears that well. I would go cycling, I would go jogging, I'd be at the gym, maybe I was doing crunches or doing some sort of floor work, and all of a sudden, my AirPods would drop out. So I would buy new tips. Same thing happened. I tried different size tips. Same thing happened. And I wasn't the only one. What Apple's done with these, they've given you 5 different size tips now, but they've also infused foam into the tips area, towards the end of the area where it goes inside your ear. So that foam, if you ever tried foam earbuds before with professional like in-ear buds before, you notice that when you use foam, it expands and it locks into place and it feels very, very good. The downside with a pure foam tip is they don't last that long. So you always have to constantly replace them. What Apple's done is kind of give you the best of both worlds. So what they've done essentially is infuse the foam. Then on the outer layer, they have this sort of silicone base. I don't know exactly what it is. They won't tell us secret sauce, but I don't feel any sort of irritation that I get out of other silicone buds. I don't feel it with the AirPod Pro 3s and even the 2s for that matter. So whatever they're doing, it's working. But it gives you a very nice, solid fit. Let's talk about battery life for a moment, because battery life already on the AirPod Pro 2s was good. Now you're getting better battery life. Up to 8 hours with active noise cancellation on, and up to 10 hours with transparency and with hearing aid mode turn on to that as well. So you're going to get better battery life, better for long flights. You can charge these up faster. You get better range for Find My. I mean, you've got a lot of things in this. Again, Apple has really delivered. And to the naked eye, they will all look almost similar to the AirPod Pro 2s, which is great because a lot of people like that design. Obviously it's got that kind of that white look that ends up coming in different colors, unfortunately. It would have been nice to see it in black or maybe orange, that cosmic orange to match the iPhone 17 Pro Max, but I'll stick with white. I'm good with it. Let's talk about one of the biggest features that a lot of people are very excited about with these AirPod Pro 3s, and that's live translation. Now, limited languages at launch. English UK, because, people in the UK have a different English than Americans. We may need a translation for that. English US, of course. French, German, Portuguese, Brazil, and Spanish, Spain. So these are the initial languages at launch. Now, here more are coming very, very soon in the coming months. We're here in Southeast Asia, so Bahasa Indonesia, Bahasa Melayu, Mandarin is not available yet. I'm excited when those become available, but I did try it out with a little bit of Spanish. I tried my best to capture the audio with a microphone next to my earbud. You may not be able to hear it, but I will describe it to you just in case you can't.
Translating Spanish.
Aprendí español hace 10 años.
I learned
La
Spanish
razón
10 years ago.
por la que estudié el idioma fue porque tenía muchos amigos
The
hispanos
reason I studied the
hablantes.
language was because I had
En
many
esa
Spanish
época
friends,
también
speakers.
visitar España muchas veces.
At
Me
that time, also
encantaría
visit
vivir
Spain
ahí.
many times.
Me encanta ir a España por la comida, las playas,
Spain
la
for the
gente
food.
y el ambiente.
Now, if two people are wearing AirPod Pro 3s, then you both can be using at the same time. Otherwise, you can see the live translation on the app and then show them the text. Then they can read it and then they can respond to you directly. But I will say this will be a game changer for a lot of people. The way to activate it is just literally press and hold here. And then you'll get a chime sound, and then you'll see the dynamic island pop up with a bubble that says live translate is open, and it will tell you that by an audio cue as well. And then you just start communicating. When you're done, press and hold again, live translate stops, and then you're back to doing whatever you want to do with your AirPod Pro 3s. Or you can actually activate it through the app itself, but squeezing and holding here works brilliantly. Oh, by the way, squeezing and holding, you can now do camera control with the AirPod Pro 3s as well by squeezing and holding one of the earbuds, which is very, very cool. So no longer do you have to worry about a watch or run over there to the phone, tap and record, and run back to what you're doing. Just squeeze and hold. If you're doing a workout, you can record yourself doing those sets on the bench press, and everybody can go, wow, he's so good. You get that all done now just by squeezing and going with the camera control. Next, we're going to talk about the heart rate sensor, which I think a lot of people are going to really enjoy. Now, if you're big into fitness and you don't have an Apple Watch, these heart rate sensors in the AirPod Pro 3s will do what the watch does. So you can have your phone, your AirPod Pro 3s, and you're good to go. Now, if you have all three devices, which you should have, by the way, then what it'll do is it will read the heart rate sensor off the watch and the AirPod Pro 3s, and then it'll just kind of give you the average based on both of them, and it'll give you that reading for you. And it works great. Tried it on a nice little walk with my dog, and it worked. No issues at all with that. Workout Buddy kicks in with this as well. It just is, the great thing about Apple services and products, they just work. There's not a lot of fiddling you have to do with it. It just works. And what Apple's done with these AirPod Pro 3s is exactly that. They've made them work, giving the biggest upgrades we've probably seen in any AirPods in a long time. Fantastic active noise cancellation. And at the same time, you are getting industry-leading audio, heart rate sensor, live translation, better battery life, in this size. How awesome is that? Anyway, guys, those are my initial impressions on it. I'm a big fan. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. If you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. More content on the way. We got a lot more Apple stuff coming in the next few days, so subscribe for the next videos. With that, I'll chat to you all very, very soon.